So today is the 5th of January 2024. So obviously at the start of the week I was talking about my university and stuff like that. And I'm done with those assignments, done two I did one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, so I'm done with that now. And hopefully they don't harass me too much, I can focus on this a bit more. But yeah, so what I've been doing this week, so I've signed back up to the email outreach platform, and I'm just warming up the addresses at the moment. One of them's needs a bit more time, so I'm just warming those up at the moment currently. And apart from that, I'm literally just reading, trying to increase my knowledge, doing research, trying to increase my knowledge, and just prospecting as much as I can. I want to try sort of prospects that I've gathered myself with a more personalised approach, and I want to buy some leads and see the difference and how it varies. So yes, that's where I'm at. So give a bit of context. So around this time last year, I'd spend a lot of time looking online at like the gurus in the space and the experts and the people who are doing well. And I remember that I would always get quite flustered and I'd get quite nervous and I'd get myself in a bit of a pickle because I'd be trying to understand how what they're doing is even possible for me, because they're so far ahead in the journey. And this morning I found, so when I was in the real estate niche, I found this guy who I ended up on a call with somehow, who's really big in real estate. He's doing about 30 to 40 grand a month. He lives in Bali. He's basically from the UK. And I ended up on a call with him, and he was like, I was talking to him, I was trying to get advice off him. And so I remember it was around the time when I first got my few real estate clients, and I was really stuck with what to do, didn't know what to do. And he sort of helped, but he didn't really, because he didn't want to give away all his secrets, fair enough. And then I went on a streak of sort of just like looking into him. He's got his own YouTube and stuff, and I was proper looking into him and what he does. And I remember it happened a few times. Like I would just get so overwhelmed with all the information and how far ahead they are that it would sort of just create this like bubble of anxiety in my head and like confusion and worry, because I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get to where they are? How am I going to do this? But I'm a million steps behind them. Anyway, today I ended up back on that real estate guy's page because his ad came up on my feed. So I was just looking at what he was doing and I was looking at his strategy. And again, I had those similar thoughts like, fucking hell, like, how's he got to that point? How's he got that far ahead? And like I said, this was last year, I would have started freaking out. I would have lost control of my mind. I would have started worrying. I would have been like, how the fuck am I going to get there? But today nothing happened. I didn't react. I didn't get worried. I didn't look at the gap between me and him. And it was just showing me the mindset difference and the growth within me to get to that point, if that makes sense. Like it clearly has shown that I have developed myself and my mind a lot more to the fact that I'm not reacting. And I think that really does come down to sort of being present in the moment and not worrying about the future too much. And again, like I said, off of reading this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, that really sort of got drilled into my head, the fact of like, don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future, focus on this present moment. And do you know what? Since applying that sort of philosophy to my life and how I act, I've become a lot calmer and I don't really have nerves. Because one thing I've realised, which is really strange, when I start getting nervous about things or I start worrying or overthinking, it's always to do with the what ifs and the future, if that makes sense. So like, for example, when I was doing sales calls last year, before I used to get really nervous. Obviously, it's a bit because I cared, but it's a bit because I was so desperate to close the deal and I was so worried about what if I don't close them. Again, but you're looking into the future. You're looking to the end of the call before the call's even taken place. You're looking into the future. Might only be an hour ahead, but you're still looking ahead, and that's what creates the nerves. Again, like looking at these guys and being like, how the fuck am I going to do that? You're looking into the future where they are. This guy's been doing marketing agency for 8 years. He's 7 years ahead of me. Obviously, he's going to have more information. And that gap creates a nervousness. But if you focus on the future, if you focus on the present, you don't have those nerves, you don't have those feelings. And it's an interesting concept. And since I've read that book about maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago now, I've really felt a lot calmer in myself. I haven't had those. Don't get me wrong. Only once or twice I let them completely overtake me. But those nervous thoughts, I would get a bit worked up on, and I'd get myself into a bit of a hole and all this stuff. And yeah, it's just sort of provided a bit more of a calmness in my life. And I think I've already mentioned this in one of the video, but I wanted to say it again because I do think it's really important. And for me, I wish I'd known this earlier in my journey, but it's so important to just live in the present moment and focus in the present moment. Don't worry yourself on if, buts and maybes. Just focus on now, and you'll find yourself being so much calmer. And yeah, I mean, so look, where I am now, I need to, again, I'm thinking to myself, well, how am I going to do this? I haven't even started outreach yet, so I'm thinking too far ahead, but I'm not focusing on the steps I need to do to worry about that, if that makes sense. So yeah, if there's one thing to take from this video, live presently in the moment. And whenever you feel yourself getting worried about looking at people ahead of you, or how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that, just focus on what you need to do now to get to that point, and worry about now, not about the future. And then when you can differentiate now and the future, you'll become a lot calmer, because you'll realise the only way you can control the future is control what you do now. So focus on what you're doing now, and all those worries about what's going to happen down the line, you can manipulate that by what you do in the moment. So yeah, hopefully that's useful. It's helped me a lot. I feel a lot calmer in myself. Like I said, I feel a lot less anxious and nervous. But yeah, so now where am I at? So I just need to start outreaching. Like I said, I'm just building up my prospect list, and I just need to get myself out there and just try again. I've learned a lot of different ideas. Just need to apply them and see what happens. Like I've said a million times, it's a marathon. It's gonna take years and years. But I just need to, I just need to try what I've learned. I need to fail a bit more. I need to test some other things. And I just need to see what's going to happen, really. I don't know. Again, this is a perfect example. You're trying to know if it's going to work. I'm looking to the future. Is it going to work? But I don't know, because I haven't done the steps to outreach, to get feedback back, to see if it will work, if that makes sense. So I've got a few people I'm going to do the ads for, so I can test for, see the results. Can do some ads for myself. Then I'll start some outreach, do some free trials, see if it works, and then go from there. And then if I don't feel it's right, I pivot and I move to something else. This whole thing is just about being resilient. It's about being ruthless in your attack on it. It's about not giving up. And so it's been at least 2 years, just over 2 years now, since I began this whole journey of like, I can't do a 9 to 5 the rest of my life. And it's been a year and 3 months, something like that, since I started the business. So I'm still a baby in this world. I still got so far to go. Really, where I aim to be, and my goal is to be like, when I finish. So this is my plan for the future at the moment. I'm in the degree apprenticeship now. Once the apprenticeship finishes, I'm out of there. There's no point staying. I think I said this the other day. My plan is going to be either to do something part-time if I haven't got the business running, or if I do, to try and live on this, even if it's less money. But so in June next year, so June 2025, around then, I'll finish my degree. And after I've got the degree, I'm going to leave, because at the moment there's no point leaving. I'm getting a good wage. I'm doing no work for them. and apart from the university. So I might as well stick it out as long as I can. It's giving me time to do this. It's letting me live. It's letting me have a car. It's letting me pay for the cost of the business. So I'm going to stick it out. Once I've got the degree, I'm going to leave, right? My plan is I have about let's say I have about 18 months at least. Well, I finish the thing in June next year, and I graduate in September or October. Like I have a graduation ceremony. So I have minimum 18 months to try and get a bit of an income from this business. So obviously last year I did start earning a bit of money, but it didn't last. Obviously real estate wasn't the right niche for me. So yeah, my goal now is in 18 months I need to have some sort of an income off of this, some sort of a system. And that's a long time. If you think in 18 months where 18 months ago, I didn't have a business. 18 months ago, I didn't know what an agency was. 18 months ago, I made no money online. 18 months ago, I didn't know sales. I didn't know marketing. I knew nothing. I wasn't the person I am today. So 18 months is a very long time. So the goal is that in 18 months time, I have a bit of an income that I can live off of. Just enough. I don't expect to be earning 10k a month. But even if I'm earning £1 to £2 a month, I'll be happy. Just enough to live off of it. And I truly believe that when I figure it out to the point that I can earn 1 to 2k, you'll be able to scale that. If you can earn 1 to 2k, you can scale it. You just do more of what you're doing. But I just need to figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing for who, how it's going to work, the exact service delivery. So yeah, obviously the thing is with me is that I've never done sales. I've never done marketing. I haven't really delivered enough of my service. So I'm still learning my business and how it's going to work as I'm going. So I need a bit more experience and a bit more time to sort of apply what I've learned and figure out exactly what I need to do within this business model, essentially. So yes, that's where I'm at. Obviously online you see a lot of people talk about how you can earn thousands of pounds a month within 90 days. And for some people, yes, you can do that. If you've got experience in this and they give you a strategy which is proven to work and you know how to sell, you know how to do marketing, you know how to deliver the service, you know how to control your mind, you know how to be the person that deserves that money and can earn that money, then sure you can. But that's the one thing I don't like about all these gurus and that. Obviously, they're trying to sell a course, and part of that is about making it quick for the people on the other end. But you can't do it quick unless you've already learnt the lessons that you need to. When I started, I believed in 6 months I'd be on 10k a month. I truly was convinced of that because of what I'd been told online, because of the information I've been fed. Now, being about 15 months in, I know that you can't earn that money that quickly because I didn't know anything about anything to be able to deserve 10k a month. 10k a month is 120 grand a year. I don't deserve that money in 6 months. I haven't become the person that deserves that money, which is the key thing. I haven't had the failures. I haven't had the successes. I haven't had the setbacks. I haven't had the challenges. I haven't had any of that deserves you to reach that level of wealth, of money even. And as well as that, I didn't even I didn't even have the skills or mastered the skills to be earning that much money. So if you're seeing these gurus online telling you within 90 days you're going to be earning this, this and that, and if you're in the course and they're still convincing you can earn this much in this much time, unless you're already that person and you know exactly what you're doing and you've got experience and you've had the failures and you've had the ups and downs, chances are you're not going to be able to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that because the person telling you that it took them years to get to where they are now and they're telling you you can do it in 90 days, it just doesn't add up. If it was going to happen that quickly, everyone would be doing it and everyone would be making that much money. But if you actually go into most of these courses, 99% of the people in there never get to that amount of money and never will, because they give up and they don't put in the work to become the person, if that makes sense. And that sort of links to this book that I'm reading now, Mindset. It's about having a growth mindset, and people with a growth mindset and people with a fixed mindset. It's talking about, obviously it's quite interesting because I've sort of backed up the point from what they're saying, that I do have a growth mindset. But if you don't have that mindset, you're not going to stick it out and take the failures as a learning and find it fun to grow that much. So yeah, so if you're going to take anything from this video, I know I've rambled on a lot, if you're going to take anything from this video, first of all, if you want to reduce your nerves, if you want to be more chilled out in the process, have a more of a level head, be present in the moment, stop stressing about the future, and stop looking too far ahead and comparing yourself to people that have done it years more than you. Focus on where you are now and what you need to do to get to that next stage to help that future become a reality. And two, don't focus on the money, focus on the person you need to become to get the money. Don't worry who's saying what online, telling you can earn 100k in fucking 12 months or 10k a month in 3 months. Just do the lessons, do the learning, test yourself, try, fail, succeed, do all the things you need to do, and eventually on a long enough time frame, if you carry on at it, you're going to figure it out. You're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to learn how you need to do it. You're going to learn sales. You're going to learn marketing. You're going to learn how to deal with people. You're going to learn everything that's going to allow you to earn that much money. So no matter where you are, it's true, don't chase the money, because then the money runs away from you. And at first I never understood that concept, because I thought, surely you have to follow the money to get the money. But then if you think about it, if you're just chasing money and just chasing that quick income, you're not going to be taking the time to learn, to grow yourself, to become the person that earns that money. And if you grow yourself and you learn and you build your skill set, naturally the byproducts of that is going to be getting money. So don't chase the money. At the start, I would chase, right, how can I make money quick? How do I get people on? And all I was worried about was contacting people and trying to sell to them, when really I didn't truly know the lessons or have the learning or have the skill set to be able to get the money, if that makes sense. So don't chase the money. If you're going to chase anything, chase the growing and the learning and the skill set, and you'll get the money. So yeah, be present in the moment, and don't worry, don't focus on the money, focus on the learning, and you'll get there eventually. So yeah, there we go. I hope that was useful. I hope that's helped someone. I need to upload these videos. But yeah, I hope someone benefits from that, and keep grinding.